Good morning, world. It's your girl, Dominique Spinelli, and it is finally Friday. Your girl made it by the skin of her teeth. What does that mean? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Let me show you the outfit for today. Outfit fire. Skirt, $1. Skirt, $1. I don't know how much I paid for the shirt, but probably not more than $2. Earrings from Venice. Handcrafted. Very nice. I got these from the Sunshade Lady last week. Fire. Fire. Simple. Oh, wait, and I got a whole shoe on for real. For real, but, you know, it's just another day around here. Anyway, y'all, I'm just ready for the weekend. I'm just ready to wash my clothes and sweep my house. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Maybe take a walk through the streets. A walk through the streets in the city with no sidewalks. But, yeah, I just want to take a walk and be outside with my cats. Like, I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. And have more charcuterie. Oh my goodness. Yo, I am obsessed with Miss Susie's charcuterie. Those boxes have made my day. I've had better mornings because I had charcuterie. So I think I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy the little boxes. And I'm going to try to make them for myself. Because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a nice balance of everything. That with my coffee, and it's like just enough food to coast through the day. I love that for me. Last night was the Mawnin Finance meeting. I love Mawnin Finance meetings. They are always exciting. The power went out. Power went out for, what, a minute and a half. But it's so funny because I took pictures because I was like, this is just good news just to have. And it looks like the mayor is telling spooky stories in the dark. I'm probably still going to post the pictures on the website. ThunderboltRadio.com. Are y'all ready to lay this news down? I'm ready to lay this news down. What do you have planned for the weekend, Dom? Not a doggone thing. I just told you. I'm going to sweep my house, do my laundry, and I'm going to mop the floor. I love mopping the floor. I love a freshly mopped floor, Lord. And clean laundry. That's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. Anything else? No, that's literally it. Praise God. Next week as a whole is going to be too lit. And then the 3 weeks after that are going to be too lit. I'm going to take time for me and just evaluate what it is I want from life. I don't spend enough time in the grass. I'm just being honest. I don't spend enough time in the grass. What does that mean to me? That means I need to spend more time in the grass. Simple pleasures, okay? I don't think I'm asking for much. All right. Y'all ready to hear this news? Let's lay this news down, shall we? A hard east wind and heavy rain took down dozens of trees and power lines yesterday afternoon, shortly after 5. Both WCMES and Gibson Electric confirmed heavy winds took down trees and power poles. WCMES had between 10,000 and 12,000 customers without electricity. Linemen worked throughout the night to restore power. We'll just cut this. It was a little redundant, but it's okay. I didn't write it. But we are a unit. Right? Teamwork, making these dreams work. Right? Okay? Officials with Main Street Union City are encouraging local volunteers to help spruce up the downtown area. Executive Director Katie Graves said the community-focused Downtown Cleanup Day will take place tomorrow. Mrs. Graves said the event will begin at 9 at Merchants Park, with volunteers breaking up into groups to focus on different zones. Those helping in the downtown project will be issued safety vests, gloves, and trash bags, with plans to pull weeds, pick up trash, and plant new flowers. Let this groove get you to move. It's all right. All right. Oh. In the midst of the end of the school year testing, a Union City... Excuse me. Run that back. Thank you. In the midst of the end of the school year testing, The Union City school system will reward students with a brain break next Friday. School Communications Director Mike Hutchins said students will be dismissed for half a day, with teachers using the afternoon for professional development. Plans call for pre-K and kindergarten students to dismiss at 11, grades 1 through 4, and the high school at 11:15, with the middle school dismissing at 11:30. Lunches will be served to the elementary and middle school before dismissal. Director of Schools Wes Kennedy said the half day will give students some extra time to recharge for the last few weeks of testing, while also giving teachers time to make needed adjustments. I'm going to take a brain break today too. Your girl's going to have a half day today too, okay? I'm going to go touch some grass. That's what I'm going to do. That's only if I get these stories done. I'm really excited for all the stories that I'm going to write. I've got so much to do and I'm excited to do them, so I might not, but we're gonna take a brain break one of these days, sooner than later. The Mega Millions lottery jackpot continues to grow after no grand prize winning ticket was sold on Tuesday. Tonight's drawing will now be for $130 million. A single winning ticket in this drawing could choose to accept a one-time lump sum payout of $58 million before taxes. Mega Millions is played in multiple states that include Tennessee and Kentucky. Let this groove get you to move. Excuse me. All right. At last night's Martin Finance Committee meeting, members voted to take down the Martin soybean water tower. On April 6th, the Public Works Committee agreed the water tower should come down. The cost of the demolition will be approximately $80,000, plus the price of turning off power lines. If the tower were to be left in place, the price to repaint the tower would be over $137,000, including removing lead paint. The full Martin City Board will vote on the decision at their next meeting. Let this groove. All right. Martin Public Library is the recipient of an archival grant for over $4,500. At Martin's informal city board meeting, former library director Katie Parr announced the news to the board.
The Tennessee State Library and Archives is actually doing grants for the Tennessee 250, and we got an archival grant it's a 100% grant for $4,755. And what we'll be using that for, we will employ a student to work in our genealogy collection to get some of that stuff archived more properly for long term. Just, sun damage and, we don't have anybody on staff that is just a genealogy person, and certainly not an archivist. So the goal here is to have our collection archived to where it will be good into perpetuity, and some of the things, have just been brought in scrapbooks and things like that, which is great for 50 years, but in 100 years, that stuff will be disintegrated. That will be happening in August. I have signed a contract. It has been sent in. It's 100% match.
Okay. Do I want to do two Martin stories back to back? No, I don't. So let's throw some Dresden in there. The City of Dresden Board of Mayor and Aldermen will host a budget workshop Monday at Dresden City Hall. The workshop begins at 6 and will cover budget items for the 2026-2027 budget. This workshop is open to the public. I got banana pudding on my mind. Literally. Ashlyn, why you do this to me? Girl, I had that banana pudding last night. I said, God, I was sitting there just, and I felt bad because I was eating my woes, but they were so good. Come on, next one. The City of Martin has a broken well that will cost over $61,000 to repair. At Martin City Board meeting Monday, Mayor David Belote added an emergency item to the agenda about a well that is broken. He says that though it is concerning, the city does have three other wells in working condition.
Situation in Public Works at one of our wells. It's the well that's located over by the water tower and by the Methodist Church, and it is in need of repair. And we have 4 wells in the city of Mawnin, and it takes at least 2 wells to run the water plant at any given time. So we've got to have at least 2 wells going in order to have water for the city. Now during peak demand, we need 3 wells. An example of peak demands would be a water main break, or a summer drought, high demand, a power bump, something like that, where we would need to lean on that 3rd well to get the water that we need. But we do have 4 wells, and when one of them goes out, it's very concerning.
Mayor Belote shared the cost of the well repair with the board.
Quote is to pull the oil loop system and repair it. In essence, we're replacing the pump of the well. That's coming at an expense of $44,700. And while you have that pump open, it's good wisdom to clean it. So there's a quote to brush it and jet clean the well at $16,500. Now all of this, as we move forward, would be paid from the water fund.
The board unanimously approved the quote to have the well repaired and cleaned. Okay, let me take out that little hiccup. Okay. You know what else I'd like to do this weekend? I'd like to play some pool. I really would. That's something that I would actually like to partake in. On the walking grass, mop the floor, and play pool. Again, I don't think I asked for much. I think this one is fine, but I'm going to read this one first. Let this groove get you to move. Voters in Obion County can continue to cast early votes for the May 5th county primary. Early voting is being held at the Obion County Election Commission office located on Bill Burnett Circle. 2 contested races for the May 5th primary are on the Republican ballot. For the County Commission in District 1, Kenny Mayo, John Lane McConnell, David Lamb, and Ricky Cranford are running for 3 seats. The three leading vote receivers in this race will take a seat on the County Commission. For the Obion County Commission in District 5, the ballot includes Taylor Pierce, Shane Sanford, Benny McGuire, and Greg Ferguson. The 3 top vote receivers in this primary will advance to face independent candidates in the August primary. Voting hours today are from 8:30 until 4:30, with Saturday vote. Because it's so late in my broadcast, I know it's probably not going to run early in the day, so I'm only going to read tomorrow's hours. There we go. Voting hours for Saturday will be from 9 until noon. And that way, no matter what time I cut this up, it'll work. The Tennessee Drought Monitor reports weekly Obion Gibson. You You ran right through that comma. The Tennessee Drought Monitor reports weekly Obion, Gibson, Dyer, and Henry counties are still in a D3 or extreme drought zone. Weather enthusiast Brent Calico tells us how much rain we need to get out of this drought.
Is we need an inch to 2 inches of rainfall that will fall over a period of a day or two, and then followed up by maybe another inch or 2 inches of rainfall 4 to 5 days later. Get the soil moistened up, and then you can have maybe a little bit more rain than that to have more runoff. You don't want a gully washer thing because it's gonna hurt the farmers in the opposite direction of what it's hurting now. So you don't want that to become a 3 or 4 inch rain in a period of 36 hours to where you have a lot of runoff. Now, that's what's going to fill the lakes, ponds, and rivers up, but we don't need that. We need 48-hour period that we get maybe 2 inches of rainfall in that period, and then get another one 4 to 6 days later that's basically the same way.
He says with these conditions, the current windy period is also dangerous.
One thing a lot of people don't realize is the windy conditions we've had, it creates more of a problem. The ground's already dry. That just dries it even more. And so you've really got windy conditions, a drought situation because of lack of rainfall. So you've got two swords there that's really helped create this problem. And, you know, when you have the wet periods, you do want the wind to come in like last year. You know, you want some wind to come in to help dry the ground out, but you don't want that going on right now. Plus, it creates the fires. It doesn't take anything for something like yesterday to happen. Hats off to all of our area fire and first responders. But we do need periods of different sporadic rainfalls to get things kind of moistened up, in my opinion.
WCMT Color Radar reports state that rain is expected tonight as well as most of the day tomorrow. WCMT Color Radar reports state that rain is expected through most of the day Saturday. Same issue. Now it's time friendly, right? Regardless of what I do today. It'll work fine. Perfect. Let's cut that smooth out. I like lengthening the shelf life when I do that. Pretty much is the best way I can explain it. Okay, so we've got some more. Let's see. How many? Okay, I'm gonna need to read at least 2 more of these. The Kentucky Education and Labor Cabinet has released the county-by-county jobless report for January. In the 8-county purchase region of Western Kentucky, Graves County had the lowest unemployment rate of 3.7%. This was followed by McCracken and Carlisle County at 4.1%. The remainder of the purchase region showed Fulton County at 4.3%, Hickman County at 4.5%, Ballard County at 4.7%, Callaway and Marshall County with the highest rate of 4.9%, and Callaway and Marshall County with the highest rate of 4.9%. The state unemployment rate for January was 4.3%, with the national jobless rate listed at 4.7%. Let me just fix. Right there. Okay. UT Martin has officially been designated as a Special Olympics Collegiate Unified Champion School. Announced by Special Olympics Upper West Tennessee, this national recognition distinguishes UTM as a leader in fostering an environment where students with and without intellectual disabilities compete, lead, and learn alongside one another. 2 proclamations will be signed in honor of Home Visitor Proclamation Week. Monday at 2, the Obion County Mayor, Steve Carr, will be signing a proclamation in support of home visiting at his office. Weekly County Mayor Dale Hutcherson will also be signing a similar proclamation Wednesday morning at 10 in the Mary Rachel Armstrong Room on the 3rd floor of Gooch Hall at UT Martin. Evidence-based home visiting is a service where families invite home visitors into their home for parenting and educational support. These home visitors provide services for families that help them understand the developmental needs of their children, design activities, promote literacy, and provide information about community resources. Locally, these services are held at UTM's Child and Family Grant Program, which include health families and parents as teachers. Thank you, Auntie. This is this one right here. Hold on. Right there, delete. Nice. Okay. That is my news for today. I am finished with this. Should I go on to sports? I'm already here. Let's see, how many sports? Do you have it in you? The question is, does my jaw have it? It would be easier for me to just read this now. You sure? Yeah, we're already here. All right. Sports. Here's your sports news. The Ohio Valley Conference has announced the honorees for their Hall of Fame class of 2026, which includes a former UT Martin coach. Longtime head tennis coach Dennis Taylor will be enshrined on May 28th during ceremonies held in Franklin. The Lawrenceburg native served as the Skyhawks head women's tennis coach for 32 seasons and the head men's coach for 22 seasons. He accumulated 9 total conference championships and 535 career victories and was named the OVC Women's Tennis Coach of the Year, a record 7 times. Under Coach Taylor, the women's program qualified for the OVC tournament 26 out of 27 seasons and won the championship 6 times. Coach Taylor becomes the 5th UT Martin member to earn OVC Hall of Fame honors, following Dr. Margaret Perry, Cal Luther, Phil Dane, and Jerry Carpenter. He retired at UT Martin on December 31st of 2019. Let me just fix that one little pause. Okay, Joel, you had it in you. I didn't think it did. My jaw's tight. An NCAA committee is recommending that football bowl that was a brain thing. Start again. An NCAA committee is recommending that football bowl subdivision teams play a 12-game schedule over 14 weeks beginning in 2027, with the season starting on the Thursday of what is now designated Week 0 and ending the Saturday after Thanksgiving. The Division I FBS Oversight Committee made the recommendation. The Division I cabinet would have to approve it. A 14-week regular season would provide each team with 2 open dates. Making room for 2 open dates will allow more rest for players, which has been a concern for teams advancing in the CFP. That one needs to be heavily edited. 1. That was 2, and I got them both. Let me make sure it wasn't a third. Nice. Okay, I got him. I caught him. Next. Tonight for high school baseball. Murray at Union City. Dresden at JCS. South Fulton at Community Christian. Fulton County at Obion Central. Hollow Rock Brewston at Gleason. Mackenzie at Stewart County. Bradford at Clarksburg. And Hickman County at Lake County. For high school softball, South Gibson at Westview. Dresden at Union City. Gibson County at Obion Central. Madison Academic will face Gleason. Hollow Rock Brewston faces Mackenzie. Stewart County at Henry County and Lake County at Liberty. For boys soccer, Hollow Rock Brewston at South Fulton. Mackenzie at Union City. Obion Central, Gibson County, Huntingdon at Henry County Invitational. In college baseball, UT Martin at Southern Indiana. Cumberland's at Bethel. Illinois State faces Murray State and Ole Miss at Tennessee. And for college softball, Bethel at Cumberland's and Indiana State at Murray State for a doubleheader. That's sports on WCMT. I'm Domine Spinelli. Nice. Okay, guys. That is all of my broadcast for today, including the sports. We did the sports. So I am going to put it all together. I will see y'all later. Have a great day.